unless this champion's ratios are like devastatingly low, this is going to be a problem. Nilah mid-funnel is going to be dope. She's going to mid-funnel. Uh-oh. Passive, unending joy. Nilah amplifies the healing and shielding abilities of nearby allies. That is going to not be toxic at all. Oh boy, I physically cannot wait for that to happen in my game. My favorite moment ever is when somebody uses a shield that's bigger than their fucking health bar. That's my favorite. I love it. I love feeling like I was so close and then remembering that I'm a fucking idiot. Hey everyone, before we continue today's content, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to today's sponsor, Casetify. Look, phones are a very crucial and big part of our life. Whether you use them to watch cool streams, learn about what's happening in the world, or just play some great phone games, everyone knows that it's hard to be cracked on a cracked screen. Which is why you should always do your best to keep your phone safe from drops and germs. Casetify cases are slim and protective, with their Chi-Tech 2.0 technology protecting your phone from drops of up to 9.8 feet. Casetify has a ton of design and customization choices, allowing you to choose your color and print to match your awesome style. Or if you're just looking for a fun design, Casetify literally has 1 bajillion of them. Casetify has been gracious enough to send me a bunch of phone cases that I've gotten a ton of mileage out of, including the case of Blue Rocks, the village of Smiling Bros, this fantastic case of Buns being chaotic, and of course, my favorite, the same Buns being chaotic, except this time he's drawing. They've also released a bunch of cases for Androids recently, which include all of these models. And of course, their Defensify antimicrobial coating eliminates 99% of bacteria by preventing the growth of microbes and stopping bacteria from sticking to it on the first place. And tell you what, since Casetify and I like you so much, if you head on over to casetify.com/scooch, you will get 15% off of your order. So one more massive thank you to Casetify for sponsoring the content again and again. You guys are amazing. Now let's dive back into the content. Allies that heal or shield Nilah gain a bonus heal or shield for themselves. So shield heroes get harder to kill when shielding Nilah. And when an allied champion heals or shields themselves near Nilah, she gives her... So even if someone shields, then the other person gets a bonus shield. If they shield her, then they give themselves a bonus shield. Meaning that sustain lanes against Nilah are going to be depressing. I guarantee that she is going to be the most boring champion to go against. Off of this, because heals being twice as effective literally means that the only way they have to play is poke you down, heal up. Poke you down, heal up. Like that meme that people used to do where they went Sona Soraka bot lane. Except instead of Sona, it's gonna be Samira. If Nilah last hits an enemy minion, she and her nearest allied champion will gain the normal amount of shared experience, plus half of the experience that would have been lost due to sharing. So they... Hold on a second. So they're getting bonus EXP too? That does not make sense. Because what if they hit level 2 first? I feel like I'm reading that wrong, because giving people enhanced healing bot lane and then giving people enhanced EXP bot lane, it sounds like too much. It sounds like way too much. That sounds like it sounds like I'm mishearing it. She and her nearest allied champion will gain the normal amount of shared experience plus half of the experience that would have been lost due to sharing. So they gain 50% each because they shared, and then they gain half of... Dude, that just sounds miserable. Who is a healing support or a shielding support that all ends at level 2? Her with Senna, like, my god. I mean, Thresh, technically, right? Janna, I could see Janna. Lulu, I could definitely see Lulu. She's gonna be busted with Rakan. Maybe Rakan. Oh, I could see Rakan. Why does it feel like I'm reading this wrong? That's what I'm saying, so, like, don't quote me on this. Because maybe it means EXP, like, if the support was coming back into bot lane, they'll still get EXP if they're close enough or some shit. I don't know. As I'm reading it right now, it's stupid. Everyone, like, the one thing that people complain about a lot in League of Legends is stat check champions. Nobody likes stat check champions. And giving people 1.5 times healing and shields and, like, 0.75 more percentage EXP is the definition of a stat check. You will always have a level advantage, which just doesn't make sense. I don't understand how you're supposed to deal with it. Like, that right there is what's so scary. Soraka is the one I immediately thought of. That right there, that's not good. Do not do that. But let's look at the rest of her kit. I feel like we're spending too much time on this. Because what if her kit just sucks? You know what I mean? Because if her kit sucks, then it's like, who cares? All right, active. Nilah's formless blade strikes in a line, damaging all enemies hit. Hitting an enemy will briefly increase Nilah's attack range and attack speed. Okay, she strikes in a line. Hitting an enemy will briefly increase Nilah's attack range and attack speed and empower her basic attacks, causing them to splash in a cone and deal damage. Okay, hold, come on. All right, passive. Attacks and abilities against champions ignore some of their armor and heal Nilah for part of it. So she has a built-in heal and heal Nilah for a part of the damage dealt. This effect scales with crit chance and converts any excessive healing into a shield. So she has a built-in shield and a built-in heal. That's insane. That's insane. And built-in pen. We are on her Q right now, okay? We are currently on Nilah's Q. It's just like, it's just stats. It's not like she plays good. No, it's like, hey, by the way, she heals, she has a shield, she armor pens, she gives a shield, she also gives a heal, and she gets EXP. I got them all. I think I got them all there. We're on Q! We're currently on Q! That right there. Come the fuck on. This right here, it already makes me feel a little awkward. Sorry, chat, I'm gonna have to remove you, because you guys gotta see what's going on. This right here, look at this. She's a melee ADC, everyone. Wow, she's a melee ADC. Look at how far she is. That's not melee. She's not a melee ADC. She's fucking whipping these boys from so far away. There's no melee champion that melees from there. That is a ranged fucking auto. It's a decent amount of range for them to call her the... Because my whole thing is like, okay, she has to put herself in the line of fire, so she's gonna have to walk past the minions and put herself in danger. No, it looks like she could still whoop your ass, fucking give you the lashing of a lifetime over a minion's back. She'll look over the minion, whoosh, right? It's just like, that's a lot of range. And a cleave, and armor pen, and a heal, and a shield that scales with crit. That's buffed attack range from the Q, yes. Yes, which you're gonna have all the time. You're gonna have that very frequently. I don't think her Q is gonna be on like a 40-second cooldown. At worst, it's gonna be at like 10. She farms by hitting the minions, and then when she has to get you, whoosh, Indiana Joneses your ass from across the lane, runs out, goes behind a minion. Her Q also works on towers, which means she crits. She crits towers. No, man. No. Off of what we've read right now, Nilah is shaping up to be a headache. She is shaping up to be a massive headache. And what I don't understand, let me zoom in for this. What I don't understand, right? The one thing I don't understand is like Riot goes out of their way to be like, healing and shielding bad. Healing and shielding not good. So let's nerf healing and shielding because people don't really like all this healing and shielding. And now that it's nerfed, let's give one champion the ability to like heal and shield. People know like ZZ Rot because go big against wave. Let's remove ZZ Rot and then let's like give this one champion a ZZ Rot. Belveth. Like, what? I don't get it. They removed this shit because people hate it. And then they go, well, we removed it, right? So now it's unique. That's not what it's doing. They're just re-implementing something that people didn't like. Yeah, Chem Drink Renata? Like, it's weird to me. It's so weird. Let's look at her W. W, Jubilant Veil. Nilah shrouds herself in a Jubilant Veil and briefly gains bonus move speed, takes reduced magic damage, and dodges all incoming attacks. Touching an allied champion hides them in the Veil as well, but they'll be protected for a shorter period. So, I'm just gonna try to explain this to you guys because I need you guys to understand how fucked up this is. Basically, for an AD champion to one-shot you, they normally have to basic attack you. Zed has to basic attack you, Talon has to basic attack you. So removing the fact that she can get basic attacked makes it very hard to one-shot her now, right? But then they also make it reduce magic damage. So now the AP champions can't one-shot her as well. But she also gives this to ally, meaning that whatever ally she touches, if she can time it, which she, let's see the wind-up animation. Let's see the wind-up animation. Instant, fucking instant. So if she wants to, and she sees that you're about to get ulted by fucking Syndra, she could flash W you, and you will take reduced magic damage. Do you guys remember when I said the scariest thing in Bel'Veth's kit is her E? Because it puts the ball in her court and it allows her skill expression to just downright outplay you. She could press E and get 70% magic, 70% damage reduction, and it's ridiculous, right? They should, whenever you put the ball in someone's court too well like that, it's a very strong ability. Bel'Veth comes out, her E, ridiculously strong ability. Everyone's talking about her E just being insane. Because, okay, why does it reduce the magic damage? If it dodges incoming basic attacks, then you can't one-shot them as an AD character. Sure, there's one or two that you could think of, right? But it's like most AD characters aren't going to be able to one-shot her if they can't basic attack her. And then you reduce the magic damage, and don't forget that this is also enhanced healing and shielding. She's going to be so hard to kill. It lasts for 2 seconds. When she shares it on an ally, it lasts for 1.5 seconds. And 2 seconds is a very long time, especially with this wind-up animation. That's ridiculous. It's insane. Remember how much people love Samira's W? It's like Samira's W, except she can pass it to an ally instead of having to be like blocking them. It's just Samira's W, except it reduces damage and she can give it to someone. And I 100%, when Bel'Veth came out, when Zeri came out, I was never like, yo, these characters are OP. This ability looks OP. This ability looks OP, but this character's not OP. They're going to be okay. I was wrong about Zeri. I'll take that on the chin. I thought Renata's ult was going to be really good. Still haven't been hit by it. I'll take that on the chin as well. But right now, this character, all of her abilities have been a 10 out of 10. It's like they've been very, very good abilities. The good news is her next two abilities suck. Maybe. And if that's the case, then cool. Slipstream lets Nilah dash through a target unit, traveling a fixed distance every time and damaging all enemies she passes through. She can store up to 2 charges at once. This is actually just Samira, right? It's Samira's E. And if you press Q while Eing, it does something. They literally just gave her Samira's... What the... Like, I'm tripping out. This is just Samira's E, except it's charge-based. Right there. If you press Q while dashing, cast Formless Blade during Slipstream to pull a wave in your path, dealing damage after a quick delay and granting Formless... Yeah, it's just Samira EQ as well. She's the only champion that EQs. The only other character in the game that does this is Samira. This is a target unit. Does that mean like ally? Does that mean like enemy? If it's just enemy, then like, okay. It's just enemy. It's very, very limited in that regard. But if it's like allies work, oh, fucking Christ. Do allies actually work? Because they've removed that from Samira. You want to know why? Because having an ADC that can refuse to take damage and also does a shit ton of damage that could also heal herself, right? Having her be able to dash to an ally is fucking broken. And that's why they actually removed it from Samira. So why would they re-give that to Nilah? I mean it. Like, it feels like the design team has fucking dementia at this point. They literally just did this shit. Was it not like in the last year that they removed Samira's E going through allies? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It's so silly to me. It's insane to me. It's very silly. It's very silly. I don't get it. It's very silly. Chat is saying that her E goes to allies. If that's the case, then that's insane. If that's not the case, then I guess it's not insane. It would not be that good if it can't go to allies. Nilah unleashes a surge of power and lashes her whip in an area around her, and with a final burst, pulls enemies in towards the center. So like an Orianna kind of pull in. Apotheosis heals Nilah for part of the damage dealt, converting any excess healing into a shield. This effect scales. This is they just remade Samira. Let's see. Except it pulls in. Okay, so it pulls in. I thought it lasted a little bit longer and then it pulled in. It's still Samira because it's a area around her and then she heals off of it and she deals damage around her and then she pulls everyone in. So it's a Diana ult and a Samira ult. So she is an enhanced Samira with enhanced EXP, built-in armor pen, built-in cleave, built-in healing, built-in shielding, a Diana ultimate, and the ability to give her W to someone else. Plus, she can dash to allies. Unless this champion's ratios are like devastatingly low, this is going to be a problem. I cannot fathom how this champion doesn't become a problem. I physically cannot fathom it. There is no, because like, look, I'm a platinum player. What the fuck do I know? I'm dog shit, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, this person's a gold player. What the fuck do they know? They're dog shit. They don't, whatever, right? Imagine this on any pro player. Everyone always talks about like, oh, Riot only nerfs around the pros. They only care about the pro scene. Any pro ADC with this character is going to destroy the competitive circuit. So they just get pulled in, right? They don't like get stunned or anything. Insanity. I am genuinely just so shocked. And I mean it when I say, go back. Because I always get like a comment on these videos, or like even on the stream, I get people who are like, Scooch thinking something's OP again. I don't ever. I never, ever, ever think like, wow, this is gonna be the most. I never am that guy. I literally loved Zeri's design. I loved Renata's design. I loved most champions that I've seen. I've loved their designs. This is a design that I genuinely think is a fucking mistake. Nilah looks like a mistake. A real, honest-to-God mistake. Without the stat checks, without the bonus XP, bonus healing, and bonus shielding, and healing on ultimate, she's still a very strong champion. If they remove half of the shit they gave her, she is still an unkillable champion with 2 very not situational dashes that has an Orianna ult built in that you can't stop her from doing. Like that's all before the stat check. That's all before we add the armor pen, the healing, the shielding, the EXP, the cleave. That's before all of that. I do not get it. Does she look fun? Yes. She looks fun to have on your team. But the problem with Nilah, right, is that you're not going to fucking see her because she's going to pop off in one of your games, and now one of the people on your team are going to have to permaban this fucking character. And that's all she's going to be. All Nilah is going to be is one of the 5 bans on your team. And then there's going to be occasionally a game where it's like, whatever. I'm not going to ban her. Nobody's been playing her anyway. And then you don't ban her and you go against one and she goes 20-0. And then you remember and then you have to ban her again. For months, she's going to be like that. That's insane, dude. She seems insane. I genuinely think she's bananas.